Hello everybody, my name is Rushabh Kaalia and today what I'm going to be talking about is something that happens around this time of the year, every year. I'm not talking about FIFA, I am talking about results. Let's get started. This is the time when usually standard 10th and 12th get your results, and what happens is by the time you complete 10th and 12th you have already completed 16 to 18 years of age respectively, and most of us have no idea whatsoever of what we really want to do in our life. I'm really scared and also excited about this topic. Scared because it is so important but not many people know about it. So what happens around this time, 16 to 18, not many people know what they really want to do in their life. And I'm not really scared about this is because I know this is workable. I know if you come to my programs, if you really work with me, if you really follow as I say, I know I can help you find out your goals, dreams and ambitions. I can also help you to find out ways how you can achieve your goals and dreams and desires or whatever you want out of your life. So that isn't what I'm really scared about. What I'm really scared about is that you do not realize is that you are going to be entering the greatest 5-year window of your life, 5 to 7 years of a window. Right? You have already entered this 5 to 7 year window of your life. This is not the time when you go practical and safe just because you think you've grown up. No. This is the time you go relentless. This is the time you go crazy. This is the time you become massively risk oriented. This is the time you go out, you understand yourself. This is the time you go out, explore, try out something new. This is the time you go out, you do something that you've always wanted to do deep down in your heart but you never got a chance to do so. Like, I dare you to get along with those group of friends that you've always wanted to get along and start that band you always wanted to start. I dare you to get along with those group of friends and start that brand or company you always wanted to start. Not necessarily it has to be big initially. You can start off with a Facebook page from where you sell. You can start off with Instagram catalog store from where you can sell stuff. I know so many people who do so. If you're really good at presentation skills, you can start YouTube if you really want. I'm just giving you examples right now. Right. Also, I have one thing to say that I really deeply feel about. Even our Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi has been talking about this. Is Indians are one of the greatest minds on this planet. But we use this mind to become employees but not create employment, right? Bill Gates once said that I employ one of the greatest, one of the smartest Indian minds because I know if I do not hire them, they'll get together and build a bigger Microsoft and get successful. The world believes in our potential. It's high time even we believe in our potential. Let's say you have an idea that you really think could be a solution to a problem that lies out there according to you. For say a group of friends thought transportation right now is a big problem. Those group of friends started Ola and they are succeeding a lot. Let's just assume you have an idea, you start working on that idea, you do the right things, you do your market research, you work hard, you work smart, you do all of that and you become successful. Let's look at the circumstances. What all do you gain in this? Number one, you become extremely successful, you get known in your society, you contribute to India in a different way. Number two, the world will never be the same because you created a dent in the world by giving the world something extremely unique. Number three, you create employment. You just don't go out looking for a job, you create a lot of jobs. Number four, you earn a lot of money. And you did all of this by doing something that you've always wanted to do. That is your idea. That is 100% you. How cool is that? People usually say that this is the time they'd like to go out and party. This is the time when they indulge into intoxication that shouldn't be, no one should ever get into. This is not the time for all that. This is the time when you really should start getting serious about your life, because if you use these 5 to 7 year window of your life, the experiences you will get, the knowledge you will get, the understandings you will get, when you take all of this and go out in the world, right, nothing will be able to stop you. So now I'd like to share a small story with all of you that relates to the topic that we are talking about right now. So in a faraway land there was this kingdom, and in the kingdom there was one rule: whomsoever wants to become the king can become the king. The condition was once you become the king, after 5 years you will be picked up and you would be thrown into a jungle wherein you die because it was a wild forest, so animals will eat you up, clearly. So that was the only condition that was there. People around the age of 65, 70, 75 would come for this post saying that okay, I did nothing in my life, I didn't achieve anything great in my life, so why shouldn't I live the last 5 years of my life in complete grandeur? Why shouldn't I live the last 5 years of my life like a king? And over here, a legitimate king. So people around the age of 65, 70, 75 would come, they'd rule for 5 years, and after 5 years they'd be picked up and they'd be thrown into the jungle where they'd go and die. So this went on for 10, 15, 25, 30 years. And after 30 years, a generation like you and me came along. Extremely dynamic, extremely cool, extremely smart. I'm not bragging about myself, but I'm just telling the truth because this is the truth. Today's youth energy has a lot of potential, has a lot of capability if we decide to do something that is actually worth doing. Moving forward, so the 16-year-old kid comes along during the re-elections of who will be the king now, and he says, I will be the king. So guess what people tell him? People say, are you crazy? Because you do know what's going to happen once you after 5 years. You do know what's going to happen after 5 years, right? So the young fellow was just like you and me, he was a little stubborn. So he again just very firmly says, I will be the king. So people say, okay, he's crazy, so let's just make him the king. We'll let his stupidity be an example for the coming ages. Sounds familiar? So the 16-year-old fellow is crowned as the king. So the first 2 years this young king enjoys a lot. He keeps planning something secretly, he doesn't tell anybody. You know why? Because it's a secret. So first 2 years this young fellow enjoys a lot as a king. Third year on, his enjoyment quota reduces significantly and he starts to execute on the plan he made in the past 2 years. So what he did, he sends a troop of soldiers into the forest to find a piece of land, place that can be used for human habitation and to create a village around that area, right? So that goes on for a year. Fourth year, he again sends the same troop of soldiers and he asks them to build a wall around the village and develop the village into a town. Fifth year, that's the last year, he sends his soldiers yet again to build a palace in that town that he just made 5 times better than the palace he was already living in. So that went on for a year. And let's not forget, he enjoyed even in the last 3 years. He kept working, but he enjoyed as well. So at the end of 5 years, when kings usually start crying and weeping, begging that please let me be the king, I'll be a better king, I'll do a lot of good for the society. This fellow got a lot of, has music, has drums, everything, and this fellow is dancing his way out. So guess what people tell him? He's actually gone crazy. I mean, initially we just thought that he's 16 enough, even though he knows he's gonna die after 5 years, he's stubborn enough to become the king. We thought he was crazy, but now when he's about to die and he's dancing, he actually is crazy. So people walk up to him and they ask him, why are you dancing and why are you so happy? Don't you know you're going to die? To which this young king says, why do you think I'm going to die? This was just my temporary life. My actual life is about to start there. I'll repeat. The young king said, this was just my temporary life. My actual life is about to start there. Now, why was the young king able to say that this was just my temporary life, my actual life is about to start? It's only because he used the 5 years in his hand extremely well. Or say if he would have used these 5 years only to enjoy his life and just have fun, would he have been able to say that my life is actually going to begin over there? This is exactly what I'm trying to tell you. Most of the time people ask me, why do I always emphasize on today's generation and starting up early? It's because when you're 25, 26, 27, that is the time when you have a lot of responsibilities on your shoulder. You have to provide for your family because you're actually a grown-up adult by then. Most of people choose to settle down by them. So in the process of earning bread and butter, you just take up any job that gets you money. And not necessarily everything that gets you money makes you happy. If I compare this to right now, you are young, you don't have responsibilities on your shoulder. You might have your parents' expectations, that's hard, but that's fake hard. You don't have a lot of responsibilities, you don't have a lot of commitments to make. The only responsibility you should take is a responsibility for your own success. Right? So this is the time. I don't want you to, waste your time, go out, party all the time. Do that once a while. Even I do that once a while. Have fun, enjoy your life, but at the same time experience life. Go out, try out, experience a lot of new things. See, I am just 17, and at the age of 17 I'm already living my dream. I get called to places just to talk to today's generation of how you can become more dynamic, how you can be unstoppable, how you can start living your dream. All I'm asking you guys to do is follow what I say. Go out, don't just party, don't just waste your time. Go out, work hard, invest time in yourself, and I'm sure you will achieve the success you always desire. One request from all of you, go down in the comment section and type what is that one thing you've always wanted to do, what is that one thing you always wanted to try. If you have an idea to start a company, what is it? Go down and type in the comment section. I'll jump down in the comment section and I'll talk to you, and I'll appreciate if you do so. So if you think this video inspired you or it struck a chord in your mind or your heart in any way, do like the video. Comment down below what your dreams are and what your goals are that you think that you really want to do and go and try out. Share this video with your friends if you thought it was helpful to you. The links for my social media are down there in the description. Go and follow me on all my social media platforms so I can connect with you much better. If you want to attend my seminars and programs, there's this email ID down there. You can just mail us your name and number and where do you stay. Until my next video, take care, God bless, thank you.